Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to A Right Royal Jam. And we have with us today the lovely lady Letitia. I'm
Hello,
just going
everyone.
to say, how have you been? Are you okay?
I've been good.
I know I
Thank you
only
for
saw
asking.
you the other day.
Yeah, my daughter is with my mom. So it's been a big moment for me and my husband just to not have her
I
here. It
know.
feels weird though.
I know.
Victoria, I feel like I feel weird without her. It feels really
Yeah.
weird. Yeah, that's all I can say. I
But
miss
it's good to
her.
have the break, isn't it? I
It
think you
really
need it
is.
sometimes, especially at that age. They're really difficult at that age.
Yeah,
As
because
much
it's
as I,
constant.
I as much as I love them at that age, they're hard, aren't they? Yeah, really hard. She's 4, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's just because they're not quite independent enough yet, are
Right.
they? So
She's
that's
not
where
quite.
it's yeah. Are you gonna have any more, Lady Letitia?
I wanted one more. I did. And we did her by IVF. So we have 2
Oh,
boys and 2 girls left. And I would
oh.
love to have another one. Yeah.
I think it's great for kids to have siblings.
Yes.
Probably shouldn't have asked you that question because it's quite a personal question,
No,
and some
no.
because some women they've got different reasons for not having more children, and I should probably have thought
Yeah.
of that before I
Oh,
asked
no.
you. But
We're friends,
um,
Victoria.
I know, but I am asking you live on air. So, oh, hello to everybody live in the chat. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Lisa B. Hello, Del Plumer. You're awake in Australia at 5 a.m. You know, I'm complaining about the heat here, and everyone says to me, because I've got a lot of like neighbours from different countries, and they're like, what are you complaining about? Like, this is nothing. I'm like, just, I'm not meant to be in this weather. I'm meant to be in a cave in Ireland, cold and growing potatoes.
What
Hello,
is the
Liv.
weather there? I'm just
It's just
curious.
hot. It's just
Is it like
hot and it's
it's
sticky.
hot? Okay.
Because I live really high up, obviously the heat rises and we
Oh.
are just in pure heat in the flat because it just
Oh.
keeps it all in. We're at the very top. So when I have, and when I'm doing lives, I can't put the aircon on because you're obviously going to hear it. I can't put the fan on.
Right, I just
So
turned mine off because I was like, I don't want her to hear this noise in the back.
no,
Yeah.
no. Which is it's annoying, isn't it? But that's why I'm just like, oh, I like to complain about the weather a lot. Grainy Lambert, hello, hi, Leah. PD is in the UK. Brilliant. That's amazing. I'm gonna have to find out where she is. And it's Leah says it's 10 p.m. in Paris. Yes, Paris. Have you been to Paris, Lady Letitia?
I have not, and I would love to go to Paris. I wish I could speak French like your hubby.
Yes, yes. I know. He
It's
knows
so
how to.
cool to
Uh,
speak another language.
Actually, that was our first holiday Paris together, and that's I think
Really?
he charmed me with his French speaking.
Okay,
That's
yeah, I would
yeah,
be
like
honored.
he knew like all right, I can show off. I'm gonna take you and show you that I can speak French. And it worked, obviously.
Yeah, obviously, a few years later.
Yeah, 2 kids later. But yeah, it's lovely Paris. The thing is there is a lot of homelessness in Paris at the minute. Last time I went was oh God, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago.
Um,
And we went for a wedding and it's the homelessness there was quite bad at the time. But we went to all different parts. So you go to like the ghetto parts, you go to like the main parts. We went to the Champs
right.
Elysees, we went to the Louvre, and I was telling the kids, I saw the Mona Lisa. And they're like, "No, you didn't. I don't believe you." I'm like, "No, we did. It's in the Louvre." They're like, "What's the Louvre?" So they're very cultured, as you can hear.
Yes.
But yeah, no, it is great. It's fun. It's
What are
worth
their
going
ages?
anyway.
What are your kids'
I've
ages? I'm just curious.
so Ray is 11 and Mazin is now 10. So
Oh, they're
yeah, she's
right. She
just
had them
finished.
back to back.
Yeah, I did. Literally back to back. Yeah.
Mhm.
And she's just finished primary school, so she's on her way to secondary this year.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I know, I never thought I'd have a teenager.
A
It's weird, isn't it?
teenager. Oh
It's a
yes.
weird thought.
It's a whole nother ball
Yeah.
game.
And the time goes so quickly. It really does.
They do. Like she's
Anyway,
4 already. Yeah.
yeah, sorry, what was that? What were you gonna say?
I said, yeah, my daughter's 4 already. And I don't remember her being little. And that's why we want to have another one. We're like,
Yeah,
one more
yeah.
for, and she does need a sibling. She does.
I
So,
would have had loads of kids if I could afford them.
me too. Me too.
But they're just, they're just
It's right
so
there. It's that
expensive.
money. Yes.
They're so expensive. Yeah, yeah. Anywho, let's move on. Let's actually talk about what we're meant to be talking about today. So, news. I've been sifting through as many wonderful articles as I can find. Now, these rumours keep swirling around about Meghan and Harry looking for a home here, but apparently they've stopped looking for a UK home. I just sometimes wonder whether this is kind of just made up for content, but there might be
Yeah,
some truth behind it.
that is
It
true.
says Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have reportedly stopped looking for a home in the UK because of security concerns, and because of the legal action against the Home Office. He should now receive a different degree of taxpayer-funded protection when in the country. I don't really know how I feel about that.
I
You
know.
know, not that I know people always say, oh, we
Right.
pay our taxes, and I mean, my taxes are not going to, cover his protection. Part of it, but I think it's not. The big picture is why are we doing that for somebody who's not in our country anymore and actually isn't part of the royal family anymore? It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
I just find it odd that we're still kind of bowing down to his needs when he's pretty much told us he doesn't like the UK
Right.
and see you later. I'm not coming back. A couple have also reported their search for a part-time home near Windsor as it becomes clear the matter will not come to an end in the near future. And apparently Harry really doesn't want to spend any time in the UK, but doesn't feel comfortable doing that until the security issues have been ironed out. And it comes as a BBC presenter who interviewed the couple upon their engagement responded to claims from the Duchess that it felt like an orchestrated reality show regarding their kind of back and forth. And, it's almost like they're making things very awkward so that they are now there's also this thing where whenever they come here there's a big hoo-ha around it. I mean, Meghan hasn't been here for ages anyway. It's him that comes on
Right.
his own. I mean, what do you think of that?
Well, I wonder what you guys think about it because it is coming out of your taxpayer dollars, about his security. Like, would you mind if he did get security? Like that would that upset you that you would have to pay for it if they granted it to him?
I do feel like he wants both worlds still, but he can't have both worlds. He's not a working royal, and politicians don't really get any security here.
No,
You
they
know, I
don't.
mean
Not here either.
they do get police security to some extent, but
Right.
they're not walking around like the Hollywood A-listers with bodyguards and
Exactly.
the whole shaboosh. So I do find it quite annoying that he's kicking up such a fuss about it when he's not really here anyway, and he doesn't really want to be here. He seems to cause a lot of issues when he has to come here. And he leaves his wife at home. She doesn't want to come. I think she thoroughly hates the UK.
Yes, I
You
do too.
know,
So, do you
um,
think that if they were to give him that type of security status, the IPP or PP status, I'm not sure which
oh yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
status that he really
Mm,
wants,
mm.
if he was to get that particular status, um, who would so it would be the taxpayers' dollars in the UK. It wouldn't be the American, or will it be
No,
whoever
it's the
city that he's
UK.
living in?
Yeah, I mean, I think he should just pay for it privately. He's got enough money.
Right.
He
Because,
could pay for it privately. He's got more
yeah,
money than most. And
right,
considering we're in a kind of recession,
right,
everybody's having cost of living crisis. Why are we going to be helping him out when he's got the world at
right.
his feet? He can pay for his own security. If he's not here that often, why does he need to have us pay for it? He could just fly his own security over, and they'll do a better job, because a lot of these security are ex-military
Oh,
over in America. So they tend to come out of the military, and they do this job because it's kind of a similar trades,
right.
and they know how to maneuver. They know what to look out for, and with danger and e-tech. So it would make more sense, I think, for him to do that if he only comes here in once in a blue moon.
And
But there
that's
is
fair.
rumours that, oh, go on, carry on,
No,
carry on.
that's fair. That is, I like your take on it, because if you're not going to be here and she doesn't come, she's not coming ever. She's not coming to bring the kids.
I
And
think he
so,
might be keeping her there though, because he has this security. This things with the security just plays on his mind, I think, more than it should. But if he's that bothered and he wants to bring his family over, then pay for it yourself.
and see,
Because he's so used to having his security being paid for him, he's thought, well, I'm not doing that. That's a big chunk of my money that I don't want to spend.
And see, I think that Megan is in his ear saying, I'm not going back to the UK if we don't have security, Harry. I'm not going back there if we don't have a residence, Harry. And so I think that he's just trying to please her. I really do. I think that, yes, he wants the security, and he wants everybody else to pay for it instead of him, because they're running out of money too. They're not going to be able to keep up with
Ah.
this lifestyle.
So Enquinto has said, Victoria, do you think the fact the RF made him a public figure since age 2 days old, he does not deserve to have security? I can't, this is where I'm a bit like on the fence with it, because it,
It's
it is
royalty.
the king's son. So, but then
Right.
again, I mean, it is a difficult decision to make, but I kind of get why that they would say, well, if you're going to leave, why should you have all the perks? That is a perk, isn't it?
It is a
But
perk.
apparently, and Quinto says he does pay for his security when he visits the UK. I'm going to look into that,
Yeah,
because
I'm not
I'm not entirely sure.
I thought that the royal family covers him when he get
Yeah.
there. Okay.
So
Well,
if he
I
comes
like
here to
your
visit,
point of view. Like, you're okay with them getting it if they hadn't have left. They decided to leave. They decided to leave the royal family, the royal fold. They decided to leave their post and leave the family. And so why would you feel like you still get, even like you called it a perk? Like, why would you still get that perk of having 24-hour security if you're not working as a working royal? But like you said, he still is the king's son.
yeah, it's a difficult decision for the king, I think, more than anyone, because it's your son at the end of the day. That's your blood.
It's the
That's,
son.
you want to protect him. But
Yes.
on the other hand, look, like Delunia, is that did Ulina, is that right? Prince Andrew does not record conversations, does not listen, and does not publish books. And that's right. So you've got the problem there where, Harry does do that and has done that.
Right.
And again, that's another reason not to protect him. He's not protecting his family. He's throwing them under the bus, isn't he?
Yes. Yes.
With all of his revelations and his, all of his outing
Yeah.
everything
Why
that's
do
being
you
said.
want to be a part of
Yeah.
that if it's such a bad thing? Like you didn't want to be in
Uh,
the royal family. You talked about them like you trashed them and continue to do that. You're finna come out with a new docu-series and you can't tell me he's not gonna throw a dig at his family. He is. But I have a question for you too, Victoria, about King Charles and Harry's security. If he felt like his son should have this IPP status, then why wouldn't he just go ahead and grant it? Why is Harry having to go to court? Like, does he have that kind of power?
um, I think there are already rules in place regarding the protection of the royal family. So when you
Okay.
exit it, then that already becomes null and void. And I
Okay.
don't think, unless Charles was, however, I don't know if Charles has the power to override that or not.
Okay.
Um, so I'm just going to Google Prince. Hold on 2 seconds.
Andrew. Because they still
So,
give Andrew security. He still has his security, does he? Now
well,
he's not a working royal.
that is true. That is true. Um, right. They say they do personally fund it. They do. But apparently, so that's fair play. They do that when they come over, which is great. But obviously, the reason why they want the UK to fund it is because it probably costs them a fortune. But they
Yeah,
have
I
to
heard it was
apply
like
early on. Yeah, and
millions a
apparently
year, like 4 or 5
yeah,
million.
yeah. So he does use his own security, but
So
it
when
does
he comes
cost.
over, he does use his own
He
security when
does. Yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah. And this is the thing. He he's probably realizing how much it costs, and if he wants to carry on
yes.
coming over here, it's a big chunk of money out of his pocket. Because I know the Kardashians and these A-list celebrities pay a fortune for security.
Yeah,
They almost have to, you know, take on any job just to cover that payment because it's
just to cover
crazy
that.
money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they're saying here that security cannot replicate the necessary police protection needed whilst in the UK. In the absence of such protection, Prince Harry and his family are unable to return to his home. Okay. So, I mean, it's interesting. It is interesting that I don't think they're going to be here enough for it to be an issue
No.
anyway.
Right.
However, this is the rumour mill
Good
now.
question. I
I
mean,
should have
good.
probably done a bit more research on the security before I started talking about it
No,
because I actually
you're good.
don't. Yeah. This is having 2 kids. There's no time, right? There really isn't to do anything.
It's not. It really
Right.
isn't. You got to get your notes and get it going.
I know. I know, right? So Kate and Princess Catherine and William are going to be put in an awkward position as Harry is set for the UK return. So apparently he's going to have the Invictus Games in the UK in 2027. It's a little bit of a way off.
That is. It's like
Um,
a
yeah,
little ways
but
off.
there's the preparation for that
Takes
is
time.
yeah, it's going to take a bit of time, and it's the first time that the event will be held here since 2014. Okay, now this is where it gets very interesting,
Tricky.
right?
Hmm.
The royals, Princess Catherine and Prince William, are kind of obligated
Go.
to go to these sort of events. So, in a new statement, the Duke of Sussex praised Birmingham as a formidable contender. So it's going to be in Birmingham. If Birmingham is where Tina lives, by the way.
Oh, how
Yeah,
cool.
it's been there before. I've been to the chocolate factory there. It's great.
Really? Oh,
Yeah, it's very fun.
how
Get
far
to
is it
see how
from you?
chocolates. It's about 4 hours from me.
Okay.
It's a bit of a drive. With the Midlands City being set to host the Invictus Games in 3 years' time, the Games has changed a lot over the last decade, and its main alteration being no longer associated with the Royal Foundation of the Prince and Princess of Wales. But in
Right.
2014, the father of two founded the International Multi-Sport Events, part of the Royal Foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and Prince Harry, as it was known then. The first of the Games was royal in nature, with King Charles and Prince William attending to support the Duke of Sussex at the Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park in London. However, after stepping down as a working royal in 2020, the Games became an independent organisation separated from the royal family's
Wow.
endeavours. So now it's independent. There
That's
isn't the
amazing.
there isn't the
That
they
royal
don't have
connection.
yeah, they don't have to go.
Right.
However, no members of the royal family, including Prince William and Princess Kate, have publicly shown support for the Invicta Games over the past 4 years because it's been held in foreign countries.
Mm.
Okay. However, with the Games returning to the UK in 2027, questions will be likely be raised over the Prince and Princess of Wales attending to support the former working royal.
That's gonna be a no.
Oh, but what is it going to look like if they
I
don't
don't think
go?
it's gonna look I don't think it's gonna look like, oh, they're shunning them or they're not a part of it. But the mere fact that they are no longer a part of it, Invictus is no longer connected to the royal family, to the royal fold, to the monarchy, is a big one because now you can easily ref, re, take yourself out of the equation, Catherine and William. I I don't see anything wrong with it. You?
Well,
Would
it,
you think it'll
the,
look funny?
you know, some this is going to be a difficult one for me to kind of execute. I'm going to have to say this very carefully. um, you know, the problem is these are big charity events. This is kind of it will be a massive thing being here. It will be huge. It would almost
It will be.
be like having the Olympics, right? I think, anyway. Maybe if you disagree with me, guys, in the chat, it is
No,
late, so
I
you can
agree with
just
you
don't.
because it was founded in the UK, the Invictus Games, and they're all about charity and the veterans. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Victoria.
No, 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 you're fine. I just want to say to Christine, yes, you can moderate for me, and I was meant to get back to you about that. So if you want to comment after and put a comment in the on the video underneath the video, I can make it happen. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you very much. So do you know what? I think by 2027 there could have been a lot more that's come out of the woodwork by then. I think there is going to be a hell of a lot of information revealed by
Oh
2027.
yeah, me
We've
too.
got we've got Harry going into the next book of Spare.
Hmm.
You know,
Is
he's
he
going to
gonna
be
do
doing a
that?
sequel.
That's
Well,
happening.
he's fallen out with his
Ghostwriter.
ghostwriter, hasn't he? Yeah.
Oh,
So whether that goes ahead or not, he might have to get a new ghostwriter. He could come and ask me.
yeah,
I ghostwrite for criminals.
yeah.
Yeah.
For
No, I do.
criminals.
I'm not joking. I actually do.
Wow, for
So
criminals.
it'd be a change of pace, wouldn't it?
I
But
would be
so,
asking you all kinds of questions. What's going on?
but then you've also got the problem of her book as well. She's penning a memoir.
Yeah.
She's going to do either it's going to be a tell-all book or she's going to be doing her life or whatever. But I do believe that they are not going to be holding back until 2027. They've got a lot going on. And can it get any more awkward? Can it get any more awkward? because it's awkward
It's gonna
now.
be very awkward if when they do have that Invictus Games over there and William and Catherine don't show up. I don't see them showing up. I don't see them supporting Harry and Meghan. I see William like totally moving on with his life and totally separate from them too. And whatever they got going on, it's their thing. Not it doesn't it's not a part of the royals, the real royals.
Mm.
They're doing their own fake royal tours and doing their own taking the Invictus, they've made the Invictus about them. And I don't see William and Catherine trying to promote these two.
But do you know what it looks like? And this is the other side of the coin.
What does it look like?
It we
Ready?
people with like me and you, Lady Letitia, do we want to take the high road, or do we want to meet people on their level? Do we want to be vibing with their crazy behavior, or do we want to take the higher road, the higher route, as you would say? Yeah, the route
So are
route.
you saying that you think that if they don't show, then they would be taking the lower road?
Well, it could be perceived as a petty kind of, oh, we're not, it could be perceived
Right,
in that way,
right,
because that in general, if it wasn't him that was um part of the Invictus, then they would be there because it would be a
right,
big event.
right.
So it's a perception of that who they are and how they manage this. Now, I know it's such a long way away, and
I
it's
think I would make
probably
myself to be out of town. I think I would make a road trip, something going
yeah,
on right around that time because they should not have to feel obligated to go. They
no.
shouldn't have to feel like, well, since Invictus is a charity event, something that we once used to cultivate, but not anymore because Harry has taken it over. I think I would skip town.
Yeah. Mm,
But I don't
mm.
think that I would feel any
They would have
different
prior
towards me or
commitments.
Catherine if they didn't show. If they
No.
didn't
Well,
show, I would.
our community wouldn't. We'd be quite understanding of that, but there are
Oh,
some
okay.
that wouldn't be. Do you know, we've got the
Yeah,
different conflicting ideologies here, haven't we, of how we feel
yeah,
about. Some people still love Meghan, and they still love Prince Prince Harry. I don't know if it's called him
that's
Prince
true.
Harry or
That
just
is
has a
true.
bear or
I wonder what people think, like here in America, think that, oh, why didn't Catherine or William show up at their event? Like, why would they? That would be my question. Why
well,
would I show up for your event? Even if you invited me, I would be like, thank
it's
you, no, thank you.
it says if they do attend the upcoming Invictus Games, it could be very deeply awkward, but there is also the opportunity for emotional
There you go
reunion,
with that.
a
Yes,
powerful full circle. But that's a long way off, and
it is.
I would expect a lot more to happen in that time. We
It
are
is.
looking at two people that just can go off at any minute. And
Mhm.
I don't think they're looking to heal any rifts at the minute. And I think if they've got a tell all books coming out again,
Yeah.
that's not going to help and amend any relationships. It's just going to
No.
make it worse. Isabella says, "Can't people in Birmingham have a say in it?" That's a good idea. We could do another petition like we did for the Pat Tillman Award. Will it work?
Yeah.
Probably not. No, it will fall
Probably
on
not.
deaf
No.
ears.
No.
I'm
Should not
surprised it is
work.
in Birmingham though, because it's like just thinking whereabouts it's going to actually be.
Wow. Do you
But
think the UK would protest like against Harry and Meghan? Like, is it that bad, their reputation, where they would um, you know, not want to see the Invictus Games over there at all? Period.
well, I think it'll be really good for our economy to have it here, and I think it will boost a sense of patriotism. We're struggling here to unite sometimes. I know the football. I mean, this is my perception. Other people might disagree with me. The football kind of brings you together, but
Yeah.
I'm sick of watching men running around on a football pitch. dresses. And I think that's all that at the minute. That's how I feel that it's bringing us together at the minute. We do need a
Okay.
sense of united front. We need something to be proud of. The Olympics was a great time for us. I remember very clearly. I think it was
Yeah.
2012, the Olympics. I could be wrong. I was pregnant though. I remember that, and it was in the summer,
Oh,
and I was. It felt great. We're really proud of everybody and the way we
yeah.
held the Olympics,
Minute.
because I think there was a lot of fuss about it before, and then it just was such a. It just did so well. We were a really proud nation for a little while, and I like that. So we need a bit of that again. It's like a bit
Yeah.
of a dopamine hit for the country. So I
Hmm.
do like it. I do like the idea of it.
Okay.
But to think of what will happen from now and then, I just don't see there being any kind of repair within their relationships by this point and that point.
I
If
agree with
these
you.
books are coming out,
Right. And they're coming
um,
because they need
mm,
money. I just
yes,
think
they
that they
do.
need money. I think that not that they're struggling, but they have to have that constant flow. Like J Lo, she has to have that constant flow of money, so she has to continue to work, continue to do those movies, continue to sing on stage, continue to be this icon that she is. And see, Megan is not an icon. The only thing she had going for her was the fact that she was in a royal family, and that, wow, you
Mm,
are a princess now, and you
mm,
come from the royal family. They accepted you.
mm.
And so I just believe that whatever they do is not going to be successful because of who they are, unfortunately. So
You,
I
you
think,
know, yeah. Go on.
no,
Sorry.
no, no.
No, go on. Carry on.
When they
Carry on.
when
Sorry, I
they
shouldn't cut you up.
do when they
My
do
mouth
do
just.
it, you know what? I don't even, you know what I think, Victoria? I think some kind of way that the Invictus is not going to go down in 2027. I think, like you said, it's so far out that anything could
Yeah.
happen. Like, change of plans. There's not enough money for the Invictus. Who's funding it anyway?
Well,
I wonder who's funding.
the CEO has left, so we need a
He
new
has left the
CEO.
building.
He's left the building. So, I think it's a great idea. I think it's a really, really well thought out event.
Yeah.
However, there is a lot of time from now and then till, and I actually can see their relationship with Prince William and Princess Catherine deteriorating more so.
Oh yeah.
I think they're very stubborn, so I don't believe that they're going to make the first move anyway. And I think the hurt and pain that Princess Catherine has gone through and Prince William has gone through, they're not going to reach out. It's a very difficult
That's it.
situation. There's a lot of hurt there. There's a lot of anger there,
Yeah.
and you get used to not having people in your life, don't you? Once they've
You
disappeared for
do.
a while, you adjust, don't you? And you
You
become
do.
quite cold to it. Panda,
Mhm.
what do you think of Meghan getting involved in American politics? Do you know what? When I talk about politics, people don't like it. I think I might just have to steer clear of
I
that one,
know.
Panda.
It's
It seems to
very,
upset people, and I genuinely
but it's
don't know
so
enough about
controversial.
American politics at all. I know,
Let me answer the question.
yeah, go for it.
But you're right. It is
I do,
very,
yeah. I don't want to upset anybody with that. I don't really know why she wants to do. She's very politically motivated. I've noticed that she is, we spoke about this, the Ukraine stuff. She
yeah.
does kind of she's rubbing shoulders with a lot of politicians. Maybe she does want to get into politics. Maybe that's her own goal. Maybe
Well,
that's what she's striving for.
she did an interview years ago before she met Harry. And she said that she wanted to go into politics or she wanted to go into theater, into acting.
Mm,
So she chose acting instead of politics. So that makes me believe that she's still trying to dabble into it or be an influencer or be a part of that some kind of way. But unfortunately, she is interfering into politics, and she doesn't supposed to, really, because she's supposed to be neutral now that you're with the royal family, but she's not. But she did that video for Kamala Harris, and I'm not a fan of course, of Meghan, and I hope
Are
she
you
stays
not?
out of it.
Are you not a fan? I didn't know that.
You didn't? Oh, okay.
No. This is new. This is brand new
Broken
information.
news.
It's brand new information. Jesus, what a shock. The big reveal is on this live. You don't like
Oh.
Meghan. You're not a fan of Meghan. Come on. Come
But
on.
yeah, I think she needs to stay out of it. I know politics is it's a big thing. Joe Biden just stepped down. That was a big to do. And Donald Trump almost got shot. That was a big thing. It's interesting how they're not talking about that as much as they should be over here. They're not. They moved on to something else, to Joe Biden. And so I would think they still would be talking about Donald Trump and the guy that tried to kill him. But I'm with you. Politics
Well,
doesn't damn
I
well.
think I've upset a few people talking about politics, so I do apologise. I'm not going to talk about politics anymore, and I'm not really,
I'm with you.
it is a bit of a boring topic. We can have fun with other
It is
things, so I'm going
boring.
to leave it alone. Yes,
It has
leave the
nothing to
politics
do.
out, especially. Yes, I will. No offense.
Yeah.
I'm no offense taken, SCJ429. Don't worry. I get it.
Oh,
I've learned quite quickly. It's not a good thing to speak about. Right. So she can use her.
it's hard
Ooh,
though for me because we're in it. We're
I
in like
know,
we're
but
in like
I think you got in, and I just haven't got a clue the feeling out there for you
yeah,
guys, and it's probably quite a sensitive topic for a lot of people.
yeah,
So
it is.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
I'm with you on that. What else you got in your repertoire?
So thank you very much, JL. I truly enjoy listening to you both. Thank you
Thank
very much. I
you.
really appreciate that. Yeah, you're in the thick of it in the USA. What's this sound? Hold on. Right, okay, right, let's move on. Let's move on. The security stuff is
I have a question for you,
yeah,
Victoria, before
go
you
for it.
move on to your next subject.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think about Megan coming out saying that she doesn't understand why she's not admired?
It just says it all though, doesn't it?
Isn't that
It's ego to the max, right? Her
yes?
head is overly blown up. She couldn't fit through my front door with that head. Let's put it that way. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So it's to want to be admired for what? What admired for what?
For what?
Really? I know she wants to be an advocate of, certain things, certain rights. She is moving in that direction, but then she's doing things that kind of contradict that.
Yes.
And unfortunately, I think what they wanted is they wanted respect
Yes.
immediately,
Yeah.
just because of who they are. And
Right.
there's a level of that to a degree that will happen, but they also need to earn it in the same breath. So she's definitely needs to earn her respect and her adoration. I think she wants to be adored, wants to be loved, but it's not like how it used to be, where I think Diana had this charm and charisma about her in the very instance, and she connected to the people very quickly. They adored her for how she was very much unlike the royal family, in the sense that she would do things like shake hands with aid victims, and that was
Right.
unheard of, because there wasn't enough information around HIV and AIDS at the time. So people were scared to touch people. It was
Yes.
almost like having leprosy, you know. And
Right.
she was one of the first people to, show that actually, she believed the medics, and she went and helped, and she became the people's princess. That's what they
Yes.
called her.
Mhm.
And she just had a way with the public,
Y-
and everybody connected to her to a point. They actually preferred her over King Charles, which he
Yeah.
was jealous over.
Which is a
Um,
shame.
and this, yes, competing with your partner is not a great look, is it?
No.
And the royals at the time were all kind of awkward in this respect, because they hadn't, they felt the way that they are with the public, they never had that connection like that, and she was allowed to do it because she was an outsider, so it was a bit
Oh,
kind of more accepted as well.
okay.
um and with Meghan, I think she probably wanted to fall into that role pretty quickly, that she probably
And she
expected to be
had
in, but she
in the
doesn't
beginning.
have. Yeah, go on, you speak now, because
You
I've been
don't think
speaking for a
so?
while.
Not even in the beginning? Like, in the beginning, like, people adored her, like, she was instantly liked and adored and liked, but not to the extent of Diana. Diana's in a class all by herself, and Meghan would love to be, admired like Diana, but you're no Diana, you're far from it. You've done some really nasty, sketchy stuff to put yourself at the bottom of the barrel. Sorry, but that's where she is.
But the humanity in Diana is not seen with Meghan. She doesn't
Right.
have that same empathy, that care, and that passion for other people the way that Diana did. She likes to think she does when she chooses to take on that role,
Right.
but to keep that facade up continuously is very difficult. And the mask slipped, because we
Yes.
know that there's a different agenda there with her. She's left the royal family to find fame and fortune in
Yes.
Hollywood off the back of marrying Harry, and that's not working out for her, and that's frustrating for her. And it's a very selfish road that she's chosen, whereas Diana she chose to serve the public, and to do some of the most difficult, be in some of the most difficult situations that you could be in. She knew what she was taking on. Not saying it was easy. I think it's a very difficult job doing what they do. But I
I do
think she
too.
did expect to be treated like Diana, and without doing the work
I do
for
too.
it.
Yep.
You know.
I agree. I do too.
Um,
I with you 100%. Like, she thought she was going to be this big Hollywood darling that was going to be the Diana of Hollywood. And that is not it. You are no Diana. You'll never be her. She was never, like, Meghan is conniving and manipulative, and she
mm,
tries to manipulate you into wanting to like her. When she went on the Oprah show, that was a manipulating tactic to say, these are the bad people, don't like them, but like me. If she had just brought herself over here, she still would have some people that disliked her. But if she hadn't, if Harry and Meghan didn't go down the trashathon, they would be a lot more successful, and there would be a lot less people disliking them at this point. Because I started disliking her from Mexit, and then I was just like,
mm.
I'm done following her. I don't even want to follow her anymore. And then
The
the Oprah show came on, and then that's when I was like, I'm done.
the trouble is with narcissists is they don't read the room. They don't pick up on their own behavior, because they genuinely believe that they are better than everybody else. And she's to that point where she can't understand, like you said, she can't understand why she's not being admired, because she doesn't look inwards and reevaluate and assess her own actions. Most of us have a conscience. If we do something wrong, or we do something we think, did that, was that the right thing to do? we
Right.
assess ourselves and we learn and we grow from it. And with people with a conscience and with empathy and with intuition and a well balanced individuals, we try to do what's morally right in everyday life. But
Right.
this woman does not reflect. I
No.
don't believe she does not reflect on her own actions. She is just living in her egotistical state,
Hmm.
and that is a very dangerous place to be.
Very
Very
dangerous.
dangerous.
It
Very
is
dangerous.
because you're
And
going
I,
off your
yeah, go on.
own
No, yeah.
your own you're just going off of what you think is best. I don't care about anyone else's feelings or thoughts. What's best for me is what I'm going to do. What's best for what's going to happen. And she does it that
Mm,
way.
yeah.
And it's dangerous. It's dangerous because it's number one, it's affecting with her popularity. It's affecting her friendships, her relationships, and it's affecting everything about her that you
Mm.
well, obviously Serena likes her for some godforsaken reason.
I mean,
They're best friends.
Maybe Serena, when you tend to hang out with people of the same caliber as you, or
Woo!
I suppose, your friends are always going to be a reflection of what you like as a person, as a human being, right?
Right.
So maybe Serena isn't far off the mark either.
Ooh, that is so good,
Unless you,
Victoria.
well, you don't know, you know.
Because I'm thinking that. I'm really thinking that she is just as sinister as Megan, for her to, agree and be a part of that lifestyle with Megan. It's it's a big it's a big reflection on who you are. And I think
It's
Serena
yeah.
has some
When you rub shoulders with certain types of people and you continue to be their friends, and there's
right,
some things you morally, you don't stand for.
right.
So why are you friends with that person? My God,
That
I
is
just lost
so
the
good.
screen there for a second. I just had a mini panic attack.
It's okay.
So someone I think Christine in the comments has said that did you see the that was dug up in the Telegraph about Michelle Hussein? I'm guessing Hussein, not with two S's, astonished at Meghan's criticism of the rehearsed engagement interview. I'll read the article. I think it was touched on earlier, so I was on the news this morning as well, or this afternoon,
Mm.
on Sean's. Misha Hussein, the BBC Radio 4 presenter, admitted she was taken aback by the Duchess of Sussex claim that their engagement interview was an orchestrated reality show. Meghan used the Netflix documentary Harry and Meghan to criticise the way in which the interview in November was conducted. So she criticised this interviewer, and
The lady
claiming
that
it was not.
interviewed her
Pardon?
the lady that interviewed her
Yeah,
for her she's
yeah.
criticizing.
Her engagement interview was conducted claiming it was rehearsed and that they were not allowed to tell their story. So she's saying she was gagged,
Rehearsed.
basically.
Yeah.
She was gagged.
Lying.
I don't think she's ever gagged. Let's put it that
I
way.
don't either.
Megan
Yeah. She sounded
gagged my
like
bottom.
she was in control to me.
I know. And someone's put here, it's only took, yeah, Christine's put, it only took 6 years to come forward, yeah. But Hussein expressed astonishment at the backlash. She told Saga magazine, when the Duchess of Sussex said that my engagement interview with her and Harry was an orchestrated reality show, I didn't know what to make of it. They seemed to have thought through what their new lives would be like and what marriage would mean for her life in particular. She added that there was no hint of trouble to come. There was nothing that pointed to what would happen, Hussein added. It was two people who were full of joy and in each other's life. The Sussexes gave their interview shortly after the engagement was announced, following in the footsteps of the now Prince and Princess of Wales, who were interviewed on the engagement on ITV's Tom Brady in November 2010. It was organised by the Kensington Palace press office. So we've got to remember, she is digging out the press office. That's
Right.
what she's doing.
Hmm.
She's setting that up. The
Yeah.
couple appeared happy and relaxed as they sat together on a sofa and spoke about how the stars were aligned when they met, and how Harry proposed during a cosy night as he cooked a roast chicken dinner. They also spoke of how the now Prince and Princess of Wales had been amazing and wonderful. However, in the third episode of the documentary, the Duchess ran it an orchestrated reality show and said the interview was, rehearsed. Apparently, she was not allowed to tell her story, and the photo shoot took place in Kensington's Palace Sunken Gardens.
That's a bunch of
Meg,
BS.
I know, and why I know it was in the documentary, but the reporters now, concerned
Coming out.
about this. Yeah,
Yes.
it's funny how this has come to light now,
Yeah.
as an article. Meghan said, "We went right inside, took the coat off, sat down, and did the interview. It was all in the same moment." Oh, sorry, she didn't have time to just decompress from her garden
Oh,
photo shoot. Yeah, I get the violin out. The couple were asked by the documentary makers whether they were prepped with questions they might be asked. The Duchess replied, "Yeah, but then also, and then there'll be a moment where they'll ask to see the ring." Okay. She added, "My point is we weren't allowed to tell our story because they didn't want," and then Harry interjected, "We've never been allowed to tell our story. That's the consistency."
that's
That's
stupid.
true. That is consistent. Yeah.
You're not
Netflix.
allowed to tell your story, but you're telling your story. I mean, I know after or whatever, but what else was you supposed to be telling us during this interview with telling us about the engagement and how you guys met and so on and so on? It's a
Exactly. It's
simple
meant to.
interview. It's not like it's some type of you know, like
Yes.
you're going for a job or something
Yes.
like that. No, she's
Yes.
just full of lies. That's it. And
Wow.
every time there is every situation that Megan's in, there's always backlash.
Mm,
Everything, the wedding, her father, the celebrities, the choir,
yeah.
the
Yeah.
preacher, I mean, you name it, the wedding
Mm.
dresses, every little incident that Megan has, it's always something. It's always something. Like the interview, it's something. Like just
She
make that
remind
a normal
she do you know what
moment.
she reminds me of? And I know a couple of people like this. You walk into an empty room and she could have a fight with no one in
Right,
there. That's how I feel, because it's like every opportunity she has to have on the camera, she wants to express her emotions and how she's
mhm,
feeling, and how she's been treated. But I
mhm.
mean, it's like not verbal diarrhea every time you speak to somebody. You can
Right,
hold back and you can have these discussions privately and hash them out privately.
right,
But what did she need to speak about in that engagement interview? All she, like you said, Lady Letitia, all they had to say was, "Oh, we're just so happy we're married. It was brilliant. We're
right,
gonna have a party." What are they going to be talking about
right.
to
And the
that they
questions
need to?
were
Yeah, yeah,
vague questions.
yeah. What do they is It's not a another tell-all moment, and I think maybe that's
Right,
what they wanted, to give a little, like, a dig at somebody
right.
about their engagement, like,
Mhm.
"Yeah, we're happy we're engaged, but this person
But
said
this
this about
happened.
us."
Yes.
Yeah, it's high
The
school
bridesmaid
stuff.
dresses, and I want to really tell you about what's going on with my dad, you know, because that's what she did on the Oprah show. I'm just excited to tell my story.
Oh,
My
she
truth.
was excited to tell her trauma. Imagine that, though.
I
Imagine
know
being excited to talk about your
about trauma.
trauma. That's crazy. That's not
That
exciting.
is
That's
so like
nerve wracking.
it
That's
is.
nerve wracking. And that's a tender, vulnerable moment. If you're really traumatized, I would have doubts about doing that. I
Me
would.
too.
I'm not comfortable talking about anything really. It takes a lot for me
Just
to go, right, I'm going
personal.
to sell it. Say,
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, that's just me. But to be excited about talking about trauma is
Yeah,
crazy.
he was
That's
excited
crazy
about
to
talking
me.
about racism and how her father. She was excited about it.
Mad, mad. And it's a sign.
That's
It's a
what makes
sign of
me think she
It's a
likes
sign
drama.
of a sociopath.
Yes.
And I know I shouldn't be throwing these allegations out there. She's not been medically diagnosed,
Well,
but you're not really feeling anything. You're loving
no.
the drama. You're
Yeah.
loving the drama, girl, because it's all attention and it's all eyes on me, as Tupac
Yes.
would say.
Hmm. All eyes
So
on.
all eyes on me. Did you hear that Kendrick Lamar? That's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah.
His new song. It was great. I love the rap beef. I
Yeah.
think it's brilliant. But
That was just it. Huh?
we're going to cover narcissistic behavior tomorrow because Tina and I love
Okay.
all this. We're all about that. And I want to go through every red flag, every trait, because I just think this is spot on. And we're going to do some matching up. So we're going to go right. We're going to
Yeah.
get our tick box sheet out,
Oh
and
wow.
We're going to go. Right, Meg.
What does
Can
that
you have this?
say?
Oh, it
No.
says, this, the magazine. Well, I bought this today. I thought I'd get something juicy out of it, but it's not. She can't cope being separated um, with Harry. So she's very anxious,
Yeah, I don't believe that.
because she's got to
That's a
spend
bunch of BS.
thousands of miles apart.
She is not anxious
Uh,
without him. She could do without him. She just needed his fame and fortune so she could do what she's doing now. Pretend to us. You know
yes.
what will make them some money? If she would just do a reality show. Like, not that she hasn't been doing it, but like one of those Kardashian ones, I would watch it.
Well,
I
listen,
would watch it.
I know Paula gets upset with me when I say I'm going to buy the book, I'm going to buy the jam, but
Yeah, I'm watching it now.
I need to step up my royal game because you guys know I'm not like the biggest expert. I'm there, but I could be
Yeah,
better, and I
me
like to
too.
perfect my game. So I'm going to immerse myself in the Meghan's world and get inside her head because I find it fascinating how
It
she
is.
conducts herself. And I love psychology, love it. I did it for A
Oh,
level, and I
uh-huh.
loved it. So this is something I want to continue to do is go
Oh,
into the
that's
mind
good.
of Meghan and Harry. I just want to go and like live next door to them, and
Yeah.
sneak
See
round
if
the
they
back
pick up
door.
their paper.
The narcissism discussion will be at 9:30 tomorrow night. I've got it up at 3 at the minute. I've already put the live up there to come for tomorrow.
I can't
But
wait to watch
we're going to
it.
move it to 9:30. If you want to join, you're more than welcome. Just do a
No,
bit of
no, I'll
research
watch. Yeah.
on the old narcissism traits and get your tick list out because we're gonna tick off um how much Megan has. I think it's going to
Yeah.
be quite
Oh
surprising
God.
actually because I've had a little look myself and I'm a bit shocked. I've
Yeah.
got to say, I've gone through it and I've gone, oh, blimey now, this is a
Yeah.
lot.
It's a
This is a
lot.
lot. It is a lot.
She's done a
Is there
lot.
any is there anything you want to add about our royal discussion this evening?
Oh, it's been wonderful. The time when me and you get together, I swear the
I
time goes
know.
by. That hour is like
It's
that.
quick, isn't it?
So
It really
good. I
is.
love chatting with you and getting your insight on things.
Yeah.
And thank
Thank
you for
you.
trying to chat. Yeah, I it's awesome. It's fun. I really do enjoy you.
Oh, I love
Mhm.
having you on. I appreciate having you on. You're
Yeah.
great, and I love your accent. I love it. It's
And I
great,
love
isn't it?
yours. It's
Be careful
beautiful.
for what you wish for.
I
What
changed
does that
my
mean, Leslie Handy?
I changed my Google lady to speak British.
Did you?
Yes.
That's brilliant. Oh, I love that. Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah. Yeah. My husband said, "Did you
Why
change it?"
not?
I said, "I
Oh, I
did."
love that. That's brilliant. So, if you want to join us tomorrow, you can, Lady Letitia. If you don't mind, guys, I really appreciate comments. Just give us some feedback. Also, if you want to leave a comment about what you want me to cover, because I know you guys have got loads of interesting topics that you're interested in. So if you want to just give me a comment about anything that you want me to talk about or us to talk about, then I'll happily do it. Please like, subscribe. Lady Letitia's links are in the description box. Oh, and is there anything else that I need to say? I always forget. You know
Yeah,
what to do anyway,
yeah,
guys. I
yeah.
love my chat. They're so lovely.
I do
And
too. I love the chat.
I'm losing my mind slowly, people. You're gonna watch it unravel.
Oh yeah, I can see Victoria and HG tutor. That would be really good.
Yeah, that would be really good to get him on. So
Mhm.
I'll try and see to do that. I'm going to have a few different guests on soon, and I'm just going to be lining up a lot of videos,
Thank
as well for the week because I'm off for 6 weeks, so I've got lots of
Oh, where you
time now.
going?
No, I'm just off work.
Oh, 6
Off
weeks.
work.
Wow.
Yeah, 6 weeks off. 6 weeks off.
That's
Loving
gonna
it.
be
I know.
awesome.
I know. I
That's
need
like
it.
2 months.
I know. Wonderful, isn't it? All right, lovely people. I will speak to you soon. I'll see you tomorrow night, 9:30. Narcissist discussion, all about narcissism and comparing people. Love you lots. Thank you for joining us. I'll speak to you guys soon. Take care. Thanks for joining us, Lady Letitia. Bye,
Thank you.
bye,
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 side chat.
bye,
Thank you.
bye.